To illustrate the scale of the challenge, we have the largest diaspora population comprising at least 31 million individuals. But in the 2019 elections, only an estimated 25,000 individuals returned to India to vote, a fraction of our huge NRI demographic.
Hello everyone, welcome back to today's topic of the day. Today we'll be talking about the NRI voters, their challenges and options. Now, the Government of India told the Supreme Court that it is looking at ways to facilitate distance voting for non-resident Indians, NRIs, mainly the migrant laborers. Now, let's see the current process of voting for the NRIs. Voting rights for NRIs were introduced only in 2011 through an amendment to the Representation of the People Act 1950. Section 20A of the RPA 1950 provides for registration and enrollment of overseas electors in the electoral rolls. An NRI can vote in the constituency in which her place of residence, as mentioned in the passport, is located. She can only vote in person and will have to produce her passport in original at the polling station for establishing identity. Now, talking about the reasons for low voting. In 2019 Lok Sabha elections, around 1 lakh NRIs registered, but only around 25,000 electors flew to India to vote. A major reason for low NRI registration and voting is the condition that they have to visit the polling booth in person. Traveling to India only for this purpose is a costly affair. Otherwise, too, they cannot leave the country of their residence owing to specific compulsions of employment, education, or other engagements. Now, a 12-member committee was set up by the Election Commission after the 2014 Lok Sabha elections to study options to enable NRIs to vote from overseas. The committee ruled out online polling as it felt this could compromise secrecy of voting. It also shot down the proposal to vote at the Indian diplomatic missions abroad as they do not have adequate resources to handle a large number of overseas electors. In 2015, the panel finally recommended that NRIs should be given the additional remote voting options of e-postal ballot and proxy voting, apart from voting in person. Now let's see what is a proxy voting. Under proxy voting, a registered elector can delegate his voting power to a representative. The Law Ministry accepted the recommendation on proxy voting. For implementing proxy voting, the Representation of the People Amendment Bill 2017 was introduced in Parliament. The bill was passed by Lok Sabha and was awaiting Rajya Sabha's approval when it lapsed with the dissolution of the 16th Lok Sabha. Various political parties criticized were against proxy voting as they felt it could never be guaranteed that the proxy would vote as per the actual voter's choice. Now, talking about the electronically transmitted postal ballot system. In 2020, the ECI wrote to the Law Ministry that it is technically and administratively ready to extend the electronically transmitted postal ballot system to NRI voters. To extend the e-postal voting facility to overseas voters, the government only needs to amend the Conduct of the Election Rules 1961. It does not require Parliament's nod. Now, how will the electronically transmitted postal ballot system work for the NRIs? According to the EC proposal, any NRI interested in voting through the e-postal ballot in an election will have to inform the returning officer not later than 5 days after the notification of the election. On receiving such information, the RO will dispatch the ballot paper electronically. The voter can then register their mandate on the ballot printout and send it back with an attested declaration. The voter will either send the ballot by ordinary post or drop it at an Indian embassy where it would be segregated and posted. Now, this was a little bit about the NRI voters. Coming to the practice question related to the topic, consider the following statements relating to voting options for NRIs. Statement 1. Voting rights for NRIs were introduced in 2011 through an amendment to the Representation of the People Act 1950. Statement 2. It provided NRIs an option to vote at the Indian diplomatic missions abroad if they cannot come to their place of residence as mentioned in the passport to vote. Now, which of the statements given above are correct? You may take a moment and give your answer in the comment section below. Now, the correct answer is A. Only statement 1 is correct. Statement 2 is incorrect as the Act declined the proposal for the NRIs to vote at the Indian diplomatic missions abroad. I hope you liked the video and found the information useful. You may check out our daily current affairs section on our website for further details. And for more such videos, stay tuned to the Next IAS YouTube channel.